Welcome back to Spirit of the Outdoors. Trying to do a little of our homesteading prep for gardening season. I finally got this first log peeled. I'm really not ready to start building the bed, or not in a hurry. I mean, I've been ready to start building it, but I'm not in a hurry to get it built yet, but I've got to get this log out of the way because I want to put my potatoes in the ground, and I am bad late for this area putting my potatoes in. But it has been rainy, sloppy, and tractor not running. My dad's got the other tractor tied up. He's building a building over there, and I've been trying to fish, and I just ain't got in a hurry. So I'm going to attempt to get the other tractor up there running. I've got to go get some gas for it. It has got a couple of issues. The clutch is stuck on it. I'm going to attempt to just run it long enough that it comes loose. I think I can take those set of plows, though, and go back and forth up and down this bottom row, and I think I'm going to put my potatoes on this bottom row, so that is why I've got to get this log moved. So I have just got through peeling it. What I'm going to do is go ahead and burn everything that's on the upside right now with my wand, and then I am going to get the wand before it rains this weekend, and we're going to burn everything off them trellises right quick while I got the wand out. And then we're going to drag this log up there in place and see what it looks like and how much more log I got to have, how many more I've got to finish out the length of the garden. So, a little bit going on today. Hang with me. Y'all, I can't see no reason to make this no harder than it ought to be. Tell that stuff's still bad wet. I may have to wait till this afternoon to burn it. I don't know. We're gonna see. Well, y'all, I have one log in place. So what I want to do is now I'm going to put dirt here up level to it, and then I'm going to lay another log on top of it. I've got a smaller log down there. I've got a peel, put it on top, and then bring the dirt up level to it, level over to this hill, and that'll force this rain to run around the ends of my garden. It's still going to run around that one end pretty good bit, I'm sure. But this is my plan, and I'm going to put some tomatoes or something in the top side of this bed. So kind of solving a couple of problems at a time, not to mention I am trying to get rid of a brush pile. Now that big cedar log, I'm going to saw that stump off of it and give it to my dad to put on his building over there. He's doing some porches and stuff on the cabin, and that cedar log will come in handy for that and look good, and I don't really need it for what I'm doing. So, well, I'm cutting across the yard, going out the other driveway, you know. I am headed to town to get gas for the tractor, which is a main component in getting it running. It ain't gonna do nothing without a tank of gas. So I gotta do that, and I'm gonna go get my seed potatoes at Williams Brothers. I'm going to get some chicken feed at the gym. So I have a few things I have got to do, and I may or may not have a manure bucket in the truck. We'll just have to see. So let me run and go get all this done. I'll get back. We got a lot we got to get done before it rains, and I got to be gone all weekend, so we humping it to get done. Well, y'all, I may have goofed. I just left Williams Brothers back here, and they ain't got no sweet potatoes no more. I done waited too late. He said they done sold I don't know how many tons. He said people buying them by the 50-pound bags. They break them down into a 15-pound sack, and I usually buy a 15-pound bag of the red and a 15 of the white. And ain't nobody got them down here now. I'm fixing to go look one other place, so I'll let you know how that works out for us. Well, we may not have found seed potatoes. I called the other place across town. They said, no, we don't have no seed potatoes, so we're not planting no potatoes. Well, we are going to plant some potatoes because I have some I saved from last year that I'm going to plant. I'm going to cut them up. We're going to plant, but they ain't many. So it'll be what it be. And we stopped over here at Mufu's and got us some minnows. This girl looking at me holding this phone like I'm crazy. I'll show you. She's standing here with a fishing pole. So anyway, if y'all ever, there is Mufu's. That's where you get bait in this town. Little old bait shop way out here across town from where I live. Let me get my seatbelt on before I get scolded. And let me get on the road here. I had to get turned out and all on the road such as that. But I did get a bucket of minnows, and we're going to take the minnows home and put them in a cooler on the aerator, just so we got them when we need them. Think about it, Brody won't catch gar. I think he'll bite a minnow. We'll see. We got them little spotted gar. We're not talking about like, you know, big, huge alligator gar. We're going to go after some of them before it's over with too. And they might be a grown where I'm going. I don't know. We'll see. Me and Brody going to play. Y'all, we looked up over here, come to get my chicken feed, and they had potatoes. So we out here to Neshoba County Gin. I gotta go get my fertilizer. Well, we found our chicken feed that we come to get and looked up, and they had seed potatoes. They're the only folks in Philadelphia what has still got seed potatoes. So if you are local, the Neshoba County Gin still has seed potatoes. Go there and get them. They'd be glad to sell them to you. So we got our chicken feed. We fixing to stop and get some gasohol, fill up the truck, and for about 3 or 4 cans. Now we're gonna go home, see if we can get these taters in the ground. Come on. Well, y'all, I got my fertilizer, and we fixing to get it put in these furs. So I'll tell you, you see these, this is a fur where I took a middle buster, and then there's another one. Y'all, I didn't show all of the tractor fighting that I'd done. I mean, I'm telling you the truth. Everything I do seems to be a struggle. So how we got to here, the blue tractor is stuck in gear. In other words, the clutch ain't working. I can take it out of gear and it'll crank and sit there, but you can't clutch it, put it in gear. So you got to crank it out of gear because it's got a safety switch. You can't crank it in gear. It won't do it. So I crank it out of gear, and then I got to idle it down and shove it into gear to get it going, and then idle it up. Well, I couldn't make all that happen. I got frustrated with it, and I went and got the other tractor. Daddy wasn't using it at the moment. And I went ahead and just disced this whole field, and I disced a run or two in that field, and then I went back and put the middle buster on, and that was another challenge. I mean, stuff's been setting up. I ain't ready to work right, but I did get these two done. So I've got two furs, which is basically a ditch, and I'm gonna go through and put triple 13 in both of them, and then we're gonna put the plows back on that tractor, and I'm gonna go through and we're gonna heel that back up, and then we'll take a hoe and we'll make a small thing and put our potatoes in there. I may not get the potatoes planted today. I don't know. They've got to be all cut up, and there's a lot to it, and I'm just gonna have to see. We might get it done. So anyway, quit talking and get to work. We ain't got time to do all that talking today. If you want to hear a bunch of talking today, you're probably gonna have to go find somebody else. Bad as I hate to tell you. I just done got too much to do. I got my little bucket. I just put enough in here that I can handle it. So what next order of business is I got to get these shoes off and get barefooted to walk in that dirt. Oh, you can't be gardening without barefooted. If you ain't barefooted, let me put it to you this way. If you can't garden barefooted, it's too early for you to be fooling with a garden. Okay? Come on. Oh, we got fertilizer put out. Tell you what else I'm fixing to do while I have fertilizer in my hand, and we right here under this apple tree. We may go ahead and sprinkle a little around some of our other fruit trees while we got this in the buggy right now. Come on. Well, now I'm walking around looking for a pin that I found. Here it is. Right. In a hurry. You don't stick stuff back where it goes. Well, when you drive off, it bounces off usually. Then you got to walk around, follow your tracks, and find it. They up there working on something. Oh, man. We're going to get it did, though, y'all. We're going to get it did. Y'all see what I see? I mean, it don't matter what I do, it's always something I gotta fight with. Never fails. Can't never be easy. But that's all right. It's okay, y'all. It's okay. And the reason it's okay is because it ain't doing nothing but making me meaner. I need to put a good bolt in there. Because I don't know what size this is, and I doubt that's going to hold it. Probably fixing to break it off. Oh, it might hang on. It might hold on for a little while longer, I don't know. No, sir, it broke off. That's probably a blessing. We'll go on and find us a real bolt to put in it. It's healed up good enough for me to do what I need to do, though. By George, it's always something. Well, do tell you. So what I done is come found me a grade 8 bolt that I can put a little something on here. And then we fixing to back up and punt. No, we're not gonna punt. It's 4th and goal to go. We're going for it. That bolt that was in there probably old as I am. Let's see if that hangs on. If you're gonna run used equipment, it better have its own toolbox. Now if you're gonna buy you a new one every time you turn around, and I ain't against having new stuff by no means. You got to start somewhere. But by George, if you're going to use it till it wears out, at some point you're going to start working on it. And you better learn how or get plenty of money. One of these days I'm going to get me a new tractor. This tractor my dad keeps tied up in the welding shop. My problem with it is I can't just grab it every time I want to. It's over there with him, so I'm going to have to get this old blue one running, but I ain't got time to work on it all today. We're going to hook to it with a chain, and we're going to drag it up here and go to tankering on it in a day or two. But I got to get all this done today because I'm fixing to be gone for 2 days doing pottery. Roscoe! Load up. Yo, Roscoe is a working dog. Ain't you saw? Heck yeah. Yeah, he's a gardening, fishing dog. Well, y'all, I am not gonna plant these potatoes today for the simple reason that they solid potatoes and they got to be cut up. Oh. So, I try to cut them with an eye. Everywhere. Oh, I haven't got a big old rotten spot in it. But once you cut these things, y'all, it has to heal. So you don't want to cut them and then put that raw potato in the ground. Some of these smaller ones I'm just gonna cut in half. But you can get away with, really I like to try to third them. I'll cut one end off and split the other half, but like that is a smaller potato. Let me bring y'all up a little bit closer. I had y'all backed off where you could see the, you don't need to look at me no way, I'm too ugly to look at. All right, see, I just cut that in half, but see, this is a fairly large potato and I got an eye on that end, so I'll cut that end off like that, and then I'll do this way. That way you got eyes see on every piece. Every one of them eyes is gonna make plant, but like right here, I try to cut it, cause see that didn't really have an eye. That well, it had a little one there, but made sure I got that over there. And you'll knock some of them off, but it's okay. They'll put back out. And this flower pot, I like to use these flower pots because they got holes in the bottom. They'll let air get in there. Now these big old giant potatoes, you might can get 4 out of them. But I'll wait till next week when we home to plant these. I've got what I needed to do before the rain done, which was do the disking and tilling and all, you know, such as that kind of stuff. Because that ground's fixing to get wet, wet, wet again. So I'm going to get all this done. And that'll conclude this video, y'all. It seems like nothing ever goes my way, and I am late planting these. Ideally, when the weather is good, and this probably would have been a good year to have done it, you plant these the dark nights of February. We had got to where the last several years we were waiting till the dark nights of March, but now I'm about 2 weeks past that, so they should have done been in the ground. Should have done been in the ground. But, you know, you had to deal with life as it comes. I just wanted to fish this year, and I'm going to fish. So we're going to probably be some late on some other stuff. I will tell y'all I did buy about 3 6-packs of tomato plants. 1 Roma 6-pack and 2 celebrity 6-packs, because I was planning on buying the celebrities anyway. I wanted to buy some big beef, and they did not have any, so I'm going to be buying some big beef whenever they get those in. But then I've got my other stuff started down there. I ain't got a lot of it, but I got enough. So anyway, y'all, thank you for watching Spirit of the Outdoors. Remember, the best way to do things is the way you like to do it. We'll see y'all. Y'all have a good one.